Hi everyone! Today I am going to do a video that was not my own creation. I actually saw it on someone whose name is Karissa. I think that's how you say it. Could be totally wrong. I'll link her video down below just because it was her idea and I want to definitely give her credit for it. But she did a video called My Shoe Stories, and it's where she showed 7. I'm going to show 5 pairs of shoes that have a story behind them and kind of mean something to you. I've never done any kind of get to know me or anything like that videos on my channel, so I thought this could be interesting for y'all. If y'all like this kind of video, let me know. If you're like, Becky, you can just talk about lipstick actually and I'm okay with that, then that's fine too. I'm not going to be offended. I would like to know your opinion. So let's just get started. My first pair of shoes are my 3-button Uggs in chestnut. I store them in this big old sweater box, which is kind of in my way, so we're just going to chunk it over there. But these shoes are the first expensive shoes, and actually I think these are the most expensive thing I've ever bought for myself. So I went to a private school, and I knew it was kind of hoity-toity, but you definitely don't realize it until you go into a different situation. So I go to University of Florida, which pretty much everyone here is still pretty blessed and doing really well, but it's not the same as my private school where everyone had Uggs, everyone carried a Coach or a Louis Vuitton or a Michael Kors, and that was the norm. So that was one of the reasons why I really wanted them. I also had plaid skirts that I had to wear, and I thought they'd just be so cute. These are the most amazing shoes, and so it reminds me of my high school days. I got them my senior year. My mom was going to get them for me for my birthday, but I got in some trouble, and she didn't buy them for me, so I had to buy them myself. I used all of my Christmas money, and I bought these Uggs. I don't know how much they are now, because like I said, I bought them 3.5 years ago, but when I bought them, they were $180, which is ridiculous. And they're the most expensive thing I've ever bought myself, but I still wear them to death. I still think they look pretty much brand new. Like I said, I do store them laying down, but they just make me happy, and I love them, and they just remind me that it's something that I worked for. So yeah, that's kind of that story. So these are some 9 West heels. I used to think they were super high, but in all honesty, they're really not. And they're brown suede, and they have this brown, gold, and copper metallic kind of cool thing. I love pointy toe shoes, and I wore these shoes to my first ever high school dance in 9th grade. I've worn them a bunch since then. You can kind of see the heel has worn. So these shoes are almost 8 years old. Yay, I'm old. No, I'm just kidding. But I've worn them a bunch, but I think they still look really nice. And one of the reasons why these shoes are so important was because the guy I went with was someone who, obviously I'm not dating him anymore or anything like that, but he's someone that really made a major impact on my life, and he actually saved my life one time, which is a whole nother story I can get into later if you're interested. But these shoes just remind me of him and my first dance, and it was so exciting, and I went with my friends, and he actually wasn't that great of a date, to be totally honest, but he still was a great person, and he did a lot in my life, and he's someone I really care about still, and these shoes remind me of him. Alright. My third pair of shoes are my highest, are probably the most ridiculous shoes I own, and they're one of my most favorite. They're these. They're giant. They're giant for me. I don't wear heels, I don't, ever. But these I bought for prom, and they're black. This is patent leather, and then, I think it's patent leather, and then this whole part is sequined. It's a peep toe. I love peep toe. They're from Guess. I'm obsessed with these shoes. So I went to my this is for my senior prom. I went to my senior prom with my boyfriend of 3 years. So he and I were pretty serious. We ended up breaking up 2 weeks into my college career, so but that was my last big high school thing besides graduation. So my big last high school thing with all of my friends, we went out, and then we came home and we had a big party at my house. My mom put it on. We had it's called breakfast at Becky's. That's not the kind of party that you're thinking of. I never drank in high school. That was just not my thing. But it was just so much fun. And it's really funny because, as you can tell, these are giant shoes. My boyfriend at the time was the same height as me. So I never felt comfortable wearing big shoes to dances. I was just like, you know, we're the same height. I don't feel like I should wear these giant shoes. And then I was just like, screw it. It's my senior prom. I want to be giant. These shoes are beautiful. I loved my dress. I still love it. I can't really describe it to y'all. It was like a short dress, but then it had like a long dress over it. But it wasn't like sheer. It was like a satin dress over it. And it had sequins. And it was black and pink. And it was very different. It's not to a lot of people's taste, but I absolutely adored it. And yeah, I mean, those shoes just remind me of that time. These next two shoes, I'm afraid, are going to come off a little obnoxious, and that's not my point. But I think I'm a very pretty person. I don't know, some people might not like that I say that, but it's true. I think I'm pretty. I think everyone should think that they're good looking. I think you should have confidence. I think it's a big deal. And I do. I think I'm pretty. But the one most important factor of myself that I take pride in is that I'm intelligent. And I am. I'm going to school to be a veterinarian. Haven't gotten to vet school yet. We're working. And I'm not saying that I am like a genius or anything, not by any means, but I'm intelligent. And to me, that's more important than anything else. So these two shoes are kind of representative of that. And this is the first pair. These are by Nina. You know, like this brand, Nina. I always say Nina, but there's no Inye, so it's probably just Nina. And they're these, and they're silver. And these are the shoes that I wore at my graduation. So first off, we had white gowns for the girls and brown, or excuse me, not brown, that'd be ugly. White and then navy for the boys. So girls had to wear white dresses with white shoes. That was the rule, always and forever. Well, then some girls were like, oh, I really want to wear nude pumps. Are we allowed? And they finally like let some girls, like my year was the first year you were allowed to wear nude pumps. And I said, I don't want to do that. And I had like a white dress, but it had a silver like thing at the waist, like right below my bust. And then it had little silver not sequins, but they were like flat, but they were like shiny. I feel like this doesn't sound very good. I liked it, and it was a bubble skirt. And so I really liked it, and it was silver. And I said, you know what, Mama? I'm going to wear silver shoes. And she said, you know what, Becky? I think you should. So I wore silver shoes. So that was a big deal, and I almost, like, I was really afraid I was going to get in trouble because, like, there was a big deal issue. It's not, like, that big of a deal now, but then it was a huge deal. We got in a lot of trouble. Some people almost weren't allowed to walk. That wasn't me. I was obviously going to walk. But another thing that really means a lot to me is I was the valedictorian of my class in high school, and these are the shoes that I obviously wore when I made my speech. And that's something that means a lot to me, and it also means a lot to my family. My mom still, to this day, always talks about how I was the valedictorian, and it's something that means a lot to me. I mean, I was literally #1 in that class, and I think that's really important. And like I said, my intelligence is my thing. I love makeup, I love beauty, I love a lot of things, but my intelligence and my love for animals is my #1 thing in my life. So these shoes kind of represent that, and they represent that. They kind of just remind me that I'm good enough, because, and I guess that sounds weird because they're just a pair of shoes, but trying to get into vet school is ridiculously hard and stressful, and just like makes me want to just like curl up in a ball and cry. I would say 9 times out of 10. Like, it just stresses me out ridiculously. And so sometimes I'm just like, you know what? I've done something that most people could never do, and I'm good enough, and I'm smart enough to be a vet. So the last shoes, probably not quite as obnoxious as that. If you think that was obnoxious, I apologize. I'm not trying to offend anyone. I'm just going to give you my honest opinion. Are these. These are now my most expensive shoes. They're by Brooks Brothers. They're a white, like, it's got a little bit of texture. I think you can pick that up. Leather. They're pointy toe. Again, I love pointy toe. They have this little bow, and they have tassels. So these are my super, super professional shoes. I had a black Brooks Brothers suit on, and these are the shoes I wore for my vet school interview. So, biggest day of my life, probably. Definitely top 5, without a doubt. And they're the shoes that I wore when I was like, when I finally got to sit down face to face with some people and say, listen, I was put on this earth to be a vet. Let me tell you why. Let me tell you why you want me at your school. I'm waitlisted right now, as I think I've already mentioned. But these are the shoes. These are my vet school interview shoes. And they're super gorgeous, super professional. Definitely the perfect shoe for the occasion. So that's all I have for y'all today. I hope y'all liked it. Again, this is a really different video than what I usually do. I'm sorry, my foot, it just fell asleep. Wake up, foot, wake up! It's different than what I normally do, but this is kind of a get to know me video with still involving some fashion. If y'all are interested in more of those kind of videos, let me know. And I just really hope y'all enjoyed it. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you comment down below and give me suggestions or requests or anything. If you have some shoes, let me know if they have any stories. I don't know. I thought this was a really great idea and I really liked it. So that's all I have for y'all. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see y'all later. Bye!